Looney Farm Guy here, and in this video we'll be looking at the update to the Stone Picker Forage Pickup Trailer Pack by Mac Trucker 921 on Farming Simulator 22. It's for all platforms, PC, Mac, and console. I'm on PS5 here on the Georgia Farms map because, well, I have field and forage or grass to pick up, and we're going to test it out again. But first of all, just to go over it, 29.61 megabytes to download. And slot counts, I didn't check it, but here we are. Oops, there we go. So, yeah, 18 slots each. 18, yeah. So there's been a few things that have changed with this, if you are wondering. And we're going to take a look at the Stone Picker first. And before, they were both, the Stone Picker and the Forage Wagon were together. Now they are separate. So the Stone Picker is under Stone Pickers. And we have three versions now. We have a 8 mile per hour version. We have a 15 mile per hour version. And we have a 31 mile per hour version. They're all 18 slots. So the only difference between the three is the speed. I have already the 31 mile per hour version purchased and on a field, been testing that. So let's take a look at it. So we have Stone Picker Standard at 16,000 liter capacity. Sorry, that's 16. That's a 16 meter width. Sorry, 43,400 liter capacity. And we can move that up to 75,000 liters, 150,000 liters, 200,000 liters, 250, or 500,000 liter capacity for an extra 50 grand, which is a steal of a deal. Really, it is for that kind of a stone picker. You could clear a large field in a fairly short period of time. Wheel brands. We'll go over the wheel brands again. We have Lizard, BKT, Continental, Michelin, Midas, Nokian, Trailborg, Vredestein, Elmer's, which is a track, crawler track, and Lizard. In Lizard, we have standard standard tire quad axle, triple axle, quad axle, and we have a crawler track, broad and standard. If we go over to the BKT, we have the tire or the axle combinations and some dual combinations there that you can scroll through pretty much. This one's only triple axle, Nokian, quad and dual quad, so quite a number of options there. But what we really want to look at and pay attention to is actually the crawler track in Lizard, because it has an interesting option. Hitch, you can add a rear hitch, ball hitch, pin hitch, cover, yes or no, chassis color, all the wonderful colors. Let's make it a bright blue so you can see that. It changes all those colors. Lizard tracks wheel color. So this is when you have tracks picked, it will change the wheel color of the track. Tipper body, make that white. There we go. Cover color, all these wonderful colors as well. Orange, let's make it red. Spiked roller color, that's the pickup thingies. Spiked rollers, there we go. The pink things. Rim color, that's if you have tires. And there you have it. So let's take a look at it first, and I'm going to hire a worker just to show you one thing right off the bat. So this is a 31 mile per hour, and it seems quite easy to pull, although it will take a little bit of time to get up to speed, as you can see here. Now, there was some issues with it turning around before, and I think that has been solved. However, just be prepared to have a very large area for the vehicle to turn around in. Now, before, I believe it was missing, or it wasn't really. Yeah, there was an issue with the worker turning around with the previous version, if I recall, which has been solved. But I think it's at the expense of this large turnaround area. So just be prepared for it to need a really large area to turn around because of the width that you see there. But, excuse me, as you can see, it's not missing any bits. It's covering the ground very efficiently, and everything seems to be working just as it should. Just expect the turnaround area to be big. All right, so let's get our help window on here. There we go. All right, L1 and X folds it. So you get it folded like so. We have a cover. There's the cover on off. All this other stuff here is working the same. Oh, Changelog 1210 fixed issue that the Forage Pickup trailer would not unload if not 100% full. So before you couldn't unload if you only had a partial load. You'd have to fill it up all the way. And it was not raised, and the pickup was not raised before folding. So that seems to have been solved, cleaned up the XML files. So there is a bit of an issue still with the triggers popping up. Now, I have, there is one thing you can do, and I think there's a way to solve this. So L1, you can, well, lift or raise the stone picker is not extended, so unfolding it, that's pretty standard. And I have noticed that okay, now we can lower and lift it with the circle button, turning it on, closing the cover, opening the cover. That's all good. R1, nothing there. L1 and R1s, notice they have the raise lower pintle hitch left on the D-pad, and that is significant because left on your D-pad raises up, right on your D-pad lowers, or basically lowers the front end. And notice what happens. Notice something that pops up right away when I lower it all the way down. Start overloading stones. So if you are having an issue when you come up to a sell point or a place that you want to unload and it's not giving you a trigger, then go into your settings, L1 and R1, and left and right on your D-pad, go right. Oh, I don't want that. Left, push the right button on your D-pad and lower it all the way, and then you will get the trigger. And unloading here, yeah, it does that for some reason. Still a little bit odd, but it unloads. And there we go. Folds back. Oh, and it folds up back weirdly. All right. Open cover. Right, so it's kind of folded funny now. Let's we're gonna fill it up with stones and see if. Okay, let's yeah, it's there we go, folded up nicely now. If it does that, unfold and fold it again, and you should be okay. Let's fill it up with stones, shall we? Now, I did not pick the 500,000 liter capacity because it would just take too long to fill it up, and that and so forth and so on. In just a moment, we will show you the Forage Pickup, but there we go, 75,000 liter capacity, which is a little bit bigger than the base model, and we should be able to empty it. There we go. So, whoops. There we go. The trigger is still a little bit finicky depending on where you're trying to unload it, but we're going to see, excuse me, see how fast it unloads here. Excuse me. And it's unloading at a pretty decent rate. It is quite a few stones in there. Right, okay. So that's the stone picker. And that's a totally separate piece of equipment now than the forage harvester wagon. And let's go take a look at that. That's going to be under forage wagons, and there it is. So a completely separate piece of equipment for the forage wagon. I wonder if he separated them to resolve issues it was having, perhaps. So forage harvester, grass, TMR, straw, silage, hay, and chaff. That is what it will hold. And we have, again, same options as a stone picker. It's just that now it's a forage wagon. So standard, we have 75,000 liter, 150,000 liter, 200,000 liter, and 250 and 500,000 liter capacity. All the other same options for colors and tires and everything else. So that's all the same options, just that it is a forage harvester. And we have the same speed options. And yeah, so now this is it's being a little nervous, a little shaky there. All right, so it operates exactly the same as a stone picker. It's just that now it's a forage wagon. We'll open it up here. And if you're looking to hire a worker picking up grass, well, it's not going to work because no forage harvester or wagon will work with a will work with a worker. At least not in this configuration. There we go, 43,400 liters. Let's fold up that pickup. And again, the same issue with this one as we had with the stone pickup, or the stone collector. I had to L1 and R1, and I had to, let's see here. Well, this one is, this one's recognizing it. Well, I just, okay, that's odd. It wasn't before. So now it is. It may also depend on the type of wheels you're using or tracks. But there we go. Unload it. Just like so. And it seems like everything's working fine now. It's not missing any bits. Right. And there it is, unloading, just as it should. So just remember, if you're not getting a trigger when you're trying to unload, just adjust that hitch height. You may also want to use a drawbar. It will give you a little bit more height adjustment, but I think the height adjustment on the pintle hitch is something new. I don't know if I really remember that. So that could be something added to adjust so that the trigger, you don't have a problem with the trigger. But anyways, there you go. That's the update to the Stone Picker Forage Pickup Trailer Pack by Mac Trucker 921 on Farming Simulator 22. Thank you all for watching, and remember, it's only a game, so till the next one, bye for now.